when you can't tell if she felt it too. You know that moment when you walk away from her and the whole conversation keeps playing in your head like a broken clip? One look, one half smile, one stupid joke you made, and you still don't know if there was something there or if your brain is just lonely and inventing it. This video is not about feeding that fantasy. It's about decoding the quiet signals she will almost never say out loud, but her body, her eyes, and her world can't fully hide. We're going to walk through 7 signs that she's drawn to you, and the deeper part most guys miss. The moment where the question stops being, "Does she like me?" and becomes, "What does her attraction bring out in me?" Most advice either screams at women or tells you you're a king no matter how you show up. PsycheLure doesn't do either. We dissect the pattern calmly, like you were finally honest with yourself at 2 a.m. and decided to stop lying about what you feel. If you stay with me until the end, you'll leave with a frame you can't unsee, one that makes it very hard to pretend you didn't notice the next time she gives herself away. Section 1. Why you misread her. You don't miss her signals because you're dumb. You miss them because a part of you is terrified of being exposed. If you tell yourself, "She's into me," and you're wrong, your brain doesn't just shrug and move on. It replays the moment like a humiliation highlight reel. So you choose the illusion of safety. You act like nothing happened in front of her, then overanalyze every tiny interaction when you're alone, scrolling her profile like a detective with no case. Nobody taught you how to read subtle warmth without collapsing into fantasy, or dismissing it as just being friendly, so you don't have to risk anything. As a boy, you probably learned that wanting too much makes you pathetic, and assuming too much makes you arrogant. So now you live in a narrow strip where you wait for impossible certainty. The problem is, attraction doesn't show up like a contract. It shows up like a pattern, a rhythm, a set of small shifts that only make sense when you stop running from what they might mean. Tonight, we're going to look at those shifts, not to make you cocky, but to make you honest. Section 2. Attunement, eyes and mirroring. When a woman is drawn to you, her attention lingers in places her words pretend are neutral. Maybe her eyes stay on you a fraction longer than on anyone else, then dart away the second you notice. That tiny delay might look like nothing from the outside, but inside, it's her nervous system slipping up and revealing, "You matter more than I want you to see." Add to that the way her body slowly tunes itself to yours. You lean back. A minute later, she's leaning back. You relax your shoulders. Hers stop being so tight. You speak slower. She drops into the same pace. This is called attunement. 2 nervous systems testing if they can share the same tempo without words. It's not a magic trick, it's biology. We mirror what we feel connected to because synchrony feels safe. So instead of asking, "Did she stare at me for exactly 3 seconds?" ask a better question. Across the whole interaction, does she seem to settle into my rhythm or keep trying to escape it? If her gaze returns to you, if her posture keeps echoing yours, if her energy seems to follow when you shift, that's not random background noise. That's her body saying something her mouth isn't ready to admit yet. Section 3. Self-presentation, grooming and voice. Attraction doesn't usually arrive with a grand confession. It sneaks in through how she presents herself when you're in the frame. Watch when she adjusts something about her appearance: hair, collar, lip balm, jewelry. It's easy to shrug it off as habit, but timing matters. If those little grooming moves keep happening right as your attention lands on her, it's not just about fixing a strand of hair. It's her subconscious trying to look a little more composed in front of you. The same shift shows up in her voice. She might be loud and chaotic with her friends, swearing and laughing from her belly, and then suddenly, when she turns only to you, her tone softens, slows, becomes a little more musical. People change their voice when they feel they're in front of someone whose opinion matters. It's the sound of a person stepping out of the crowd and into intimacy, even if the conversation is about something trivial. This isn't fake, it's the nervous system again. Her body is quietly asking, is it safe to be more feminine here? Can I let down a bit of my armor without you using it against me? When you notice that her energy with you is different from her energy with everyone else, more tuned, more deliberate, slightly softer, don't panic and don't perform. Just hold your ground, breathe normally, and talk like a man who doesn't need to prove anything. Because the more stable your presence is in those moments, the more information she'll unconsciously give you. Section 4. Proximity, touch and nervous system tests. When she keeps finding reasons to be right next to you, she isn't just restless, she's testing the distance between you. The accidental touch, knees that keep meeting, the closest seat she can take. That's her body asking, what happens if I move closer, and do you stay steady? If you stay relaxed and respectful, not grabbing, not shrinking, you answer her silently, it's safe for you to be this close to me. Section 5. Memory and social proof when you enter her story. Attraction doesn't end when the conversation does. It lives in what she remembers and repeats. If she brings up a small detail you dropped once, the book you're reading, or the way your mother jokes, that isn't casual recall, it's priority attention. If her friends already know who you are before you've met them, you're no longer some guy I met. You're a character she's quietly testing in her world. Section 6. Integration. How many signs before you stop pretending? One sign on its own can be coincidence. 2 or 3 start to form a pattern your fear will try to blur. If you're seeing 4 or more of these around the same woman and still repeating, she's just nice to everyone, that isn't humility, it's hiding. At that point, the question stops being, does she like me? And becomes, can I respond like a man who actually respects himself? If this put words to something your gut already knew, you're not the only one replaying old scenes. Hit like so it reaches more men who keep missing what's right in front of them. And share the one time you realized, too late, that she'd been clear. Subscribe if you want more calm dives into this kind of psychology. And next, we'll talk about what to actually say once you've read the signs without killing the attraction.